Justin, how would you describe what you're seeing from Mitch Marner during this point streak he's on?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable, but, he's kind of always that player, whether he's scoring every night or not. He's been great in terms of getting the results there, but he's always phenomenal for us. So, we see it every day.
You plugged into the streak aspect of it all, a chance to tie the original 6 record here tonight would be something fun to be part of.
Yeah, that's cool. Anything that helps us win the game is really what matters.
What do you see in the Sharks team?
They're a good team, really good in transition. They're aggressive. They won't give you a lot of time and space with the puck, so we're going to have to play a simple and direct game tonight and play on their half as much as possible.
What element does Erik Karlsson bring to them?
Yeah, he's feeling it, and he's obviously really good offensively, and he's one of the main catalysts for their offense. So, it's going to be a guy that we have to focus on for sure.
Why do you think the group's played so well defensively without Morgan and TJ, Jake, and are you surprised at all by it?
I think it's just that the team has played as a group of 5 everywhere on the ice. We've had great goaltending. We've had great forward support coming back, and the guys that have come in on defense have played well as well. So, it's always tough to lose guys to injuries, but I think that we have a lot of depth, and when our team's playing like we do and insulating each other, and everyone's working as a unit of 5, it works pretty well no matter who's on the ice.
What's the biggest challenge Couture presents?
Yeah, he's a really good player as well. He's really crafty on the rush, and he can make something out of nothing pretty quick. So he's another guy that we have to key on, as well as Meyer and Hurdle and some of those guys.
What stood out to you about Matt Murray, especially since he's come back from injury?
He's just been really good. He's always just there. A shot might look dangerous, and he's just there, in the way, and he looks pretty calm and doesn't look like, he makes it look pretty easy, which I think is a good thing for a goalie.
And how easy has it been for you guys as defensemen to kind of get in a rhythm with him? Obviously not easy coming in and then being hurt, really soon with a new team.
Yeah, for sure. I think we have a lot of confidence in him back there, and there's a lot of good communication, and we just try to insulate him as much as possible, and we know he's there if there's a breakdown.
What are your early impressions of Connor Timmins?
He looks good. He took a one-timer in practice the other day, and it was one of the hardest shots I've ever seen, honestly. So I don't know. I thought that was impressive, but other than that, I haven't seen. He's been here for a couple days, so I haven't seen a whole lot, but he's been good.
As a guy who plays a lot in the penalty kill, I'm just curious if you look at other penalty kills, what maybe you see in San Jose's.
I actually don't really look at their penalty kill, to be honest with you. Sorry. That'd be in the power play meeting, which I don't see as much of,
There was a video of Mitch Rasmus set up Mitch on a breakout for a nice chance, and Mitch was actually kind of going like this, put it there when Rasmus had it. I'm just wondering how he helps you guys in the breakout, Mitch.
Yeah, communication all over the ice is super important, and you got to want the puck, and Mitch is obviously good at talking, calling for it, and I don't know about that particular play, but he's usually in the right spot, and he's usually a good outlet.
Timothy, what stands out to you about Erik Karlsson?
Obviously a great player. One of the best skaters in the league, I think. Good hockey IQ, and he's obviously feeling it, so I need to shut him down.
Are you surprised or happy for him that he's sort of got his career back on track after a couple of years of injury and all that?
Yeah, I think he's a player, especially for me growing up, a player you watch a lot, and I think he's just a fun player to watch. So, but hopefully today he's boring.
Timothy, have you faced him one-on-one, and I'm just wondering what his skill level, his skill set is like compared to maybe some of the top offensive players in the game. Is he, for a defenseman, holy cow, this guy's got, he's like some of the top, he is a top scorer. What's it like facing him?
I've only played against him once. I think it's more a question for a forward, but yeah, as I said, he's a great skater, has a good shot, he's very decisive on the ice, so hard to read, and obviously have a lot of confidence right now, so he's feeling it.
When you do get to share the ice or share a game with a player that you grew up watching like that, is that still something that's cool for you? Does that ever wear off?
I think in the beginning, when you started playing games, you thought about that stuff a little bit more, but now it's just another game, and when you're in the game, you're just focusing on playing good, so don't really think about it too much during the games.
As a defenseman, how does Mitch help you on the breakouts?
He's great. He's obviously feeling it right now as well, so he talks a lot. He's in the right spot a lot of times, so it makes it easy for these to break out a puck, and wins a lot of puck battles as well, so he's an important piece of our team.
When you say he talks a lot, what's he saying? What is it?
Just lets you know where he is, and there's an opening, might not be to him, it's someone else as well, so yeah, he's a good player in defense and offense.
We figure he talks a lot in the room as well. How important was that at the start of the month when things weren't going good for the team, having a positive guy like him reinforce that so much?
Yeah, I think the team spirit has been good the whole year. We have a lot of guys that talks a lot and keep a positive energy in the group, so Mitch is obviously a big part of that.
He's going to tie the franchise record point streak tonight. I know he's been downplaying it, but would it be fun for you to be a part of something like that?
Yeah, obviously not an easy record to break, but yeah, as I said, he's been feeling it, and not just offensively, he's been great defensively as well, so he helps us win games, and that's the most important thing.
What has stood out to you about Matt Murray since he's come back from injury?
He's been great. I think all our goaltenders has been, give us a chance to win hockey games, and just never gives up on pucks. I think last game against Detroit, they came out pretty hard, and he gave us a chance in the first period, and then we scored some goals and helped us win.
What do you think's allowed this group to really weather the adversity so well, whether it's on the back end, the injuries, or the injuries in goal? Like, what do you think? Is it a mindset? Is it a mentality? What do you think's gone right in that sense?
Yeah, I think it's just a mindset. I think everyone's buying in on defense. Starts with obviously the goalies, and then the Ds, and I think the forwards are doing a good job in helping out the Ds, back checking, being in the right spots, and stuff like that. So I think it's, the whole team is just buying into playing good defense.
Rasmus got in a fight, now he's got his first goal this season. You noticing he's got his swagger back? What are you seeing from Rasmus?
Yeah, I think he always have a little bit of swagger to him. Yeah, happy for him to get a couple of points last game and score his first goal. So yeah, it's great. We're winning, so it's fun.
Yeah, Austin was saying that was his message to you. I'm just wondering what's it like when a guy like Austin Matthews is saying that to you after a game?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Obviously, he's a top guy in this team, top guy in the league. He's just always kept it real, humble with me. He's never been too big for me, and just always been a great guy.
He was saying that you were pretty quiet early on in the quarantine house. I'm wondering, what was it like walking in there the first couple days for you?
Yeah, I wasn't too sure what to expect. Obviously, I was coming in there late, and then I met Jumbo, and he kind of just got things going from there.
How does he bring a guy out of his shell?
He kind of forces you out of your shell and loosens you up a little bit.
Yeah, has he given you any feedback on your first few games? Are you still talking to him?
Yeah, for sure. He's in contact with me. He messaged me after my first point, just told me to keep things going here.
What did you see on that play?
I was just trying to get it out, trying to get into the neutral zone, and luckily Bunting got in, made a nice play to Matthews. He put it home.
What are you seeing from Mitch Marner right now?
Pretty special. Obviously, he's going for a pretty big streak here tonight, so just hoping to keep it going.
You have that puck from your first point?
Yeah, I gave it to my dad back
You
home.
gave it to your dad? Yeah. What did your dad say?
He was just happy for it. He wasn't at the game, but he was happy that he got the puck. So.
They collect a lot of your stuff? Do you have
a couple things growing up, just first OHL points and stuff like that. Not too many things, but definitely the meaningful ones.
Have you had a welcome to the NHL moment?
When I got walked by Malkin, that was a pretty good one, so I've been using that lately.
You use that as motivation?
I've been using that for that answer a couple times now.
What do you recall about that play?
He just beat me coming up down the ice. Just one of those plays, one-on-one, he got me that time. Hopefully next time I'll get him.
What's your ticket situation for tonight? How many people are coming and all that?
Just 3 tonight. A lot of them were able to come on the road since it wasn't too far away, so that was good.
How do you feel about playing in this building?
Really good. It's definitely special playing in this building. Growing up just down the highway, I've always looked forward to playing in this building, looked at this building, so it's pretty special.
Just wondering if your mindset changed at all when you're on that line versus obviously previously coming up there with John. Or...
No, I mean those guys are workhorses, and I'm happy to play with them. Excited. I mean, sometimes change of view to get things going. So I'm excited to play with those guys on the court tonight.
What stands out to you about how Mitch Marner's playing right now?
Unbelievable. I mean, he's very talented, obviously, and he's like a magician out there. So he's in his streak. Hopefully, continue for him.
17 games. What's your longest point streak?
In junior, like 20 or so. Okay. Here, maybe like 2. So looking to get there.
What do you remember what it feels like when you're putting 20 games together like that in juniors even?
Well, it feels good. Obviously, you feel everything feels good. Legs feel lighter. The mind's cleared. You feel more confident with the puck. Obviously, that'd be nice in this league to get a 20-game heater like that, but it's kind of unrealistic.
When you watch him, like, what are you noticing? Because I know we see, the points or whatever, but he does a lot more.
Well, yeah, he just creates a lot of things. He makes those simple plays that cause bigger plays to happen. He's very talented. I think he uses his feet as an advantage, and something I can learn from him for sure.
How would you describe the effect his energy has on the rest of the group?
Well, yeah, he's definitely a vocal guy in the locker room, kind of a funny guy, and he's definitely he's a leader for sure. He carries the energy on the ice, in the locker room and everything, and he was definitely a leader on our team.
Memories of Mitch's 21-game point streak in junior?
Yeah, it was crazy.
What stood out about that run from him?
Just how every night he was able to produce. It didn't matter what was going on or who we were playing. He was always able to put something on the board there for us, and that was great.
So how does that compare to what you're seeing right now?
Yeah, I think this is a little bit crazier just because of the competition and stuff that he's facing. He's been able to do what he's doing, and it's pretty incredible. I mean, it's crazy.
You know him pretty well. Like, he doesn't seem to let it get to him. Like, what stands out about how he carries himself, even when he's on like one of these heaters?
Yeah, you wouldn't even know. He's just kind of the same guy, just joking around all the time, and always the loudest guy in the room. So no, it's cool to see him kind of having the success, and hopefully he can keep it going.
What does he do to help you guys out on the breakout? It's funny, or there's a video of him like pointing to Rasmus, like just put it here, and Rasmus did. But how does he help you guys in the breakout?
Well, he just kind of always finds the open space. So like if you hear his voice, you know he's open. He's not going to call for it if he's not. So you just kind of got to look for him. I remember last game too, and he was calling for the puck from Gio. Gio's at the blue line. He's like behind the net still, and he's calling for the puck. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, does he speak more than other guys? Like, does he talk a lot?
Yeah, he talks a lot. Yeah, you always hear him. You can always hear his voice wherever you are.
And Timothy was saying like he'll tell you when other guys are open as well.
Yeah. He'll if whoever he's playing with, if Tavares is open, he'll say like Johnny's open, or if he's open, he'll call for it. No, he's like a third D out there, kind of in the D zone.
Sometimes he plays D.
Yeah, exactly.
How comforting is it that a guy like that talks, and you know you can trust him because of just how much he sees the ice so well?
Yeah, no, it's good. Obviously, if you can have another guy back there kind of thinking defensive minded, but also can play offensively the same way, it's pretty unique to see, and he's definitely good to be with on the ice.
How vocal is he in the room, and how does that help things stay loose?
Yeah, he's pretty vocal in the room too. He's always joking around and calling guys out and stuff, so it's pretty funny.
Call you out?
No, not yet, so it's good.
You've obviously known him a long time, but obviously we've seen him evolve as a player, but as a person and a teammate, how have you seen him evolve?
For me, he's kind of been the same. I mean, I've known from when we were little, obviously growing up together and playing together and stuff. It's pretty cool. To me, he's been the same. He's had the same personality growing up and everything. I mean, he's older now and stuff, and he's still kind of the same. So, no, it's nice to see that he still kind of has a kid in him.
When you and Matt got put together, some folks were like, how's this going to work? 2 for 5'9" guys, but it seems to be doing okay. How would you assess it?
Yeah, no, I think we're playing great. I mean, we can both skate and exit the zone, so if we're able to do that, I think the offense can take care of the rest, and no, I think it's been going very well for both of us.
And I'm just curious, what's it like being reunited with Connor? Obviously, I got some vivid memories of you guys playing pretty well at the junior level.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I mean, being able to practice with them yesterday and just kind of get that back, and obviously I haven't played with him in a while, but I know what he's about. Obviously, I'm playing against him too in the OHL as well, and we're both the same age too, so growing up playing against each other, so it's pretty cool to have him here too.
Justin Holl was saying he took a shot that, not sure he's seen a faster one.
Yeah.
Like, what says that about how he shoots it?
Yeah, he's got a hard shot, so if he can get some shots up in a game, I think he'll probably get one in.
Goalie for tonight?
Samsonov will go tonight.
Yesterday you thought he was day to day, but you've obviously seen continual improvement.
Yeah, I mean, I say that mainly just to let him off the hook if he wakes up and he's not quite feeling right. But we went into yesterday, approaching it to give him a good practice, and that medically he was cleared. It was more just so that he felt that he has had the appropriate work to go. But he's very excited to play, and that didn't change this morning, so he's going.
Any more clarity on TJ Brodie's situation? Do you have a date in mind?
No dates in mind. Told though that he hadn't been progressing, had not been progressing the way they had hoped, or that we'd expected. So he hit a bit of a wall there, but it seems like that's starting to turn, and he's been skating continuously, and today was his best day on the ice, so that's a real good sign. So we'll hope that will continue.
What is the biggest challenge San Jose presents tonight?
I think the biggest challenge, if I had to point to one thing, obviously Karlsson right now, in the way that he's playing, he's driving so many things, and he's such a unique player from the back end that presents real issues if you don't take care of that. And I thought he really had his way with us when we were down in San Jose. Otherwise, we've got a lot of really good things happening with our team right now, so our focus is just continuing to play a good sound team game here on home ice, and we think, like we've talked about, that gives us a chance to win every game, and that's where our mindset is tonight.
Just how different is your team playing San Jose this time as opposed to last time?
Yeah, we're clearly in a much different space right now. The confidence we have with our team and the foundation that we've established, things have really fallen into place for us, really on both sides of the puck. And we didn't break out well last game in Detroit, but I think on that trip, I thought we broke the puck out real well in the 3 games prior to that, and that's really helped us there. And then we've talked a lot about the defensive play and where we're at there, and I think a lot of really good things come from that.
Some of the defensemen were saying, speaking of breakouts, that they really like how Mitch uses his voice. He talks, I guess, a lot. I'm just wondering your perspective on how he uses his voice to kind of help the team out there.
Yeah, lots. Sometimes it's in the live play, sometimes it's leading up to the face-off, sometimes it's on the bench, but definitely he's a vocal guy, whether that's letting them know when he's available and he wants the puck, or sort of directing traffic to send the puck to certain spots, or sometimes speed up, slow down, whatever it is. He's really taking charge out there, and obviously the better his game is, the more of that you get, and I think that's all part of it. It's all part of what he brings in terms of his energy, and he got rewarded for a goal the other night. I think he's a zone or 2 behind, and he's seeing the play develop, and calling for Gio to be aware of him coming from behind, and Gio makes an unbelievable play to find him there. But that starts because Mitch is 2 steps ahead, and communicating that to let him know.
We asked the players, but how valuable is he in the room as that energy guy, positive force, keeping things, especially, like we said a month ago, things weren't that great. Mitch has been in this league a good while now, and we've all seen him at his best, and it looks a lot like it is right now. And there's really no area of our game and of our team and the energy of our group that he is not involved in and not a big part of. And I think when you have a player playing the way that he is right now, and that it's not just about himself, it's about serving the team and doing what he can to help us win, I think that just helps the confidence of your group. And like I say, your best players are like that, you've got a real good chance of winning every night.
How have you found the chemistry between Austin and William?
Yeah, I think it's been good. I think we talked about this before. Those guys are good players. Whether it's Austin and Willie or John and Mitch, those guys have played together lots before in their time in the league. I don't think it's necessarily a chemistry thing. It's more just where are their games at. And I think, all of our players, their play has elevated here just a little bit each game, and with that, it looks like greater chemistry because they're playing better. They got more jump, pucks snapping off their stick a lot cleaner. So I think it's been really good that way, and just like the way the lines have worked out here now. Like there's different things inside of that. Sometimes I make matchup decisions and such, and I wanted a little bit of a different look. But I think when we played Buffalo, we put Mitch back there because of a matchup thing on home ice there, but we reverted right back just because I like the way that has gone. But, it's something I look at daily and happy with the way it's going right now.
Do you think the looks have been better for Austin the last little bit, or is it puck just going in?
No, I think he's had some better looks for sure, some cleaner looks. Obviously, look at the 2 goals he scored here in towards the end of the trip, and both he's got clean looks in the slot, basically one-on-one with the goaltender, and he's had some of those that haven't gone in for him, but he seems to be on both goals. They look like no doubters in terms of he knows where it's going, he knows where he wants to put it, and he's beating the goalie clean. So that's a good sign.
What have you seen from the power play since Riley's been out, and the challenge that they'll face tonight against the Sharks?
What I've seen from it, I think I liked our very first power play in Pittsburgh, our very first power play in Detroit. Pace that we had was very quick, very deliberate, and getting the puck to the net. I think that was really good. So we've liked that. I don't think it's necessarily, I think it's just all 5 players and the mindset that we want to have there to make sure we're attacking. It's not necessarily a Sandine thing or anything like that. I think it's just the mindset of our group and attacking the cage. And then in terms of the challenge tonight, it's significant. I mean, this is the best penalty kill in the NHL by a pretty wide margin, both in the numbers and when you look at it. So we've got to be ready for pressure, and our guys will be put to the test tonight in terms of their execution. Passes have to be crisp, and you got to find your opportunity to, when you escape pressure, to get it to the net. It's a significant challenge for sure for our guys.
You had some experience last year with franchise records with Austin. As head coach, with Mitch tonight, is it something you draw attention to, or do you just, with your conversations with the team, or do you just let it play out?
No, we just let it play out. I mean, you get into streaks like this because you don't make a big deal of it. You just focus and you go out and you play. And then you focus on your game and you focus on the process of what makes you great. And then all of a sudden, you get 10, 12 games in, you're like, I got a pretty good thing going on. So, we come back home here and it's getting close to tying the record or whatever. It's going to naturally becomes a focal point, but not outside of this room. In our room, it's our guys are you want to see your players get rewarded, and you want to see them get accolades and all these things, but always understand what has gotten you to that point. The moment you get off track with that, then it doesn't go your way.